Family daycare is a warm, caring environment providing quality childcare and early childhood education for children and works well for many families.
We want it to be the best that it can be. That starts with services meeting their obligations under family assistance law so that they can continue to be childcare benefit approved. Most parents want to use childcare benefit approved services because they want to know their children are safe, receiving quality care, and that they, as parents, can access government childcare fee assistance.
It is very important for family daycare services to know and understand the rules of family daycare.
Services are responsible for all aspects of the operation of their service, including the service provided by their educators. Services must be aware of their key obligations and responsibilities, such as the accuracy of claims made by their educators, having and maintaining provider approval and service approval under the national law, and keeping accurate records. Services need to ensure they and their educators remain compliant under the Family Assistance Law. Family Assistance Law explains how the government helps with the cost of childcare by providing childcare fee assistance to eligible families. It also explains the obligations that services must meet to be childcare benefit approved and what happens if services do not comply. A link to the Family Assistance Law is available on the Department of Education and Training website.
Compliance means you must obey the law.
The Department of Education and Training has a childcare payments compliance program to ensure compliance with family assistance law in family daycare services.
In this video, we'll be looking at the three main areas of the compliance program.
The ways the department is going to check to make sure family daycare services are complying with family assistance law. Then we'll be looking at some of the ways family daycare services are not complying with the law. What can happen if family daycare services aren't doing the right thing? And then we'll let you know who to contact if you need more information.
There are many ways the department is checking to make sure family daycare services are complying with family assistance law.
A dedicated email and telephone tip-off line is available for people to contact the department if they think a family daycare service or educator is not following the law or is doing the wrong thing. The department has an email address and phone tip-off line where people can make contact if they have any information. They can provide this information anonymously. The department calls randomly selected families to make sure the childcare received matches the childcare data provided by their family daycare service. This is to make sure childcare fee assistance claims are correct. There are a number of key Australian government agencies that also work together to make sure the claims that you submit to the department for payment are correct and that you are complying with other relevant Australian government laws. These include the Australian Taxation Office, Department of Human Services, Department of Immigration and Border Protection, and Australian Federal Police. This is where the department can contact families directly if their family daycare service is identified as being at high risk of non-compliance. This will mainly be a matter of families confirming their childcare arrangements, which are then compared with the childcare data submitted by the Family Daycare Childcare Service. This is where the department will identify family daycare services at high risk of non-compliance. Compliance officers undertake surveillance and spot checks, sometimes accompanied by the Australian Federal Police, Department of Human Services and state and territory regulatory authorities. The department and other agencies it works with are looking at many areas of non-compliance. These include employing more educators than your family daycare service is allowed under its state regulatory authority service approval. Conditions of continued approval are imposed and childcare benefit approval can be cancelled if these conditions are not met. 2 or more family daycare services submitting data for the one child at the same time. Services need to ensure the data they submit to the department is accurate. Family daycare services claiming more than they are allowed to self-approve for special childcare benefit. Overpayments will be raised as a debt against family daycare services and recovered from future payments. Services will also be restricted from self-approving any special childcare benefit for a period and will have to submit claims to the Department of Human Services. Family daycare services not providing attendance report in the childcare management system within the 2-week timeframe. Failure to submit the reports in the specified timeframe will lead to incorrect calculation of a family's entitlement. Overpayment will potentially be raised as a debt directly with the families by Centrelink and large fines imposed on the family daycare services. Child swapping, where families team up to care for each other's children and unlawfully claim childcare fee assistance. Non-compliance through child swapping is quickly detected as it is a particular focus for the department. And submission of false claims. The department refers this activity to the Australian Federal Police.
These are some of the major areas the department is targeting right now. There are serious consequences for family daycare services and educators that are not complying with the Family Assistance Law.
These include your family daycare service could be sanctioned and childcare benefit approval cancelled. This may lead to recoveries of childcare fee assistance through legal proceedings. This may result in your service closing down for good, causing major disruption to you and the families that use your service. Receiving a very large fine. For example, a service has previously been fined $90,000 for 8 infringement notices over a 3-month period for failure to submit attendance reports in the specified timeframe. In some cases, non-compliance is a criminal offence resulting in criminal investigation with significant penalties, including fines and imprisonment, which may also affect immigration status if applicable. The department publicises outcomes if a service is suspended or cancelled, or criminal charges are made. This could impact the reputation of the family daycare service, the broader community and the individual. With a criminal record, you will never be able to manage a family daycare service again or be able to work with children. Also, finding other employment options is limited by having a criminal record. And don't forget, government agencies do work together. Failure to comply with other Australian laws may be picked up through compliance investigations and referred to these agencies with further consequences. Managing this service is the best thing I've ever done, and it's been a great career for me. I love it.
Why risk it?
We want everyone working in family daycare to protect the integrity of the childcare fee assistance paid by the government to support families accessing quality childcare.
Family daycare services must comply with Family Assistance Law. If you need any further information about compliance, you can check the Department of Education and Training website.
Or the Family Daycare Services Education and Support Project. Always remember to do the right thing.
We want the government's investment in quality childcare to be the best that it can be in family daycare.